Welcome to r/Am I the Butthole, where, I'm not kidding, a stranger knocks on OP's door and says, "Hello, can I please give birth in your bedroom?" Am I the butthole for telling a woman where she can and can't give birth? This is one of the stranger things that's ever happened. Set the scene, I'm 26, and I bought the house that I'm living in 2019 from this lovely older couple. For context, in case anyone reading this in the future, that was 5 years ago. I thought, as I'm sure anyone who's been in a situation might think, that the signing was going to be the last time I ever saw them or had anything.
My tale shall be legendary.
I opened it to find a young couple, probably my age, maybe a bit younger. The woman was pregnant and looked like she was going to pop any day. I asked who they were and if I could help them. The woman replied that this home used to belong to her parents and that she was born in this house. I asked again what it was they wanted since they didn't really tell me.
My tale shall be legendary.
She told me that her mother had also been born here. For context, this is now my business. She then asked if I would mind letting her bring something in the same spot she and her mother were both born in. I said no. Now, I thought that was as normal a strange question, but one of the girls in the frequency said that it was pretty cruel of me to tell her what she can and can't give birth. I didn't think that what I did was all that strange. I never met a couple before, and I didn't expect a strange woman giving birth until you guys. Am I the butthole? Also, OP posts and edits. So, I just want to add that my friend isn't an idiot. When we were having this conversation, we were, let's say, having a fun time with fun substances. When I asked her about it today, she genuinely thought that she had imagined the conversation. Obviously, she thinks it's a horrible idea for liability and health reasons, aside from it being weird. Also, I got an email back from the previous owners. I managed to get their contact info from the realtor who sold the house. It turns out that, yes, they have a daughter. And yes, apparently she is actually pregnant. And they cut her off for being a bit on the crazy side. In my hometown of Orange, Virginia, in my old childhood home, I buried my dead dog in the backyard. And
By Garukan!
And say, hey, would you mind if I just my dog buried in the backyard? Would you mind if I go visit but like imposing on these random strangers that I've never been able to do. I don't know where this got the
I have no space for that.
She got more words than I do. That's for sure. Am I the butthole for considering divorce over my wife's ex-behavior? I've been with my wife for 6 years, married for 1.5. Her son, Jake, is 9. He used to call me Dad. We had a great bond. 5 months ago, his biological dad showed up. Since then, Jake has been repeating things his dad says and constantly insulting me. I went from, he's my dad, to, he's just my mom's husband. I talked to my wife about it, but she thinks that he's just a kid and that I should let it go. Last week, Jake called me because his dad, who was supposed to pick him up from school and then take him shopping for his mom's birthday, bailed on him. I stepped in, took Jake shopping, and we had a good half day together. I paid for the gift that he picked out. I dropped him off at his dad's. His dad was asleep and forgot about even picking up Jake from school. On my wife's birthday,
these are just small.
Jake
It's
lied.
beautiful.
It was his dad who
I
took him
accept.
shopping and paid for the gift. Despite his dad never having a job or paying child support. His dad
Stay safe,
accepted all the
if you can.
compliments and even made fun of the gift that I gave my wife. My wife, however, didn't say a word to him. After the party, when Jake went to his dad's, I told my wife that I was upset that she didn't stand up for me. She rolled her eyes and said, "Why? Because he was more thoughtful than you?" I told her the truth about what happened, but she didn't believe me. I even showed her my credit card statement and phone logs proving that Jake called me on because I'm overreacting. My wife hasn't apologized. My wife came over yesterday and said that she feels stuck because she doesn't want to make her son feel bad about his dad. She keeps saying, he's just a kid.
Volte for me.
When I asked if she was apologizing, she said no. She insisted that it was just a misunderstanding and added that she's seen how much her ex has been trying. Then she said that I was acting like a needy family. I told her that if she thinks so highly of her ex...
Let me teach you the power of the Eternals, Marrakesh fiend. Right of the full moon. My love, I call to you. Now, you are mine from here forever. To escape. Conquer. Official soul. Right of the full. My love, I call to you.
Repulsive witch. May your misdeeds belong for...
And I work in a very small, technical, specific, male-dominated field. Let's just say it's a subcategory of law. I graduated 9 years ago, and I'm now a lawyer as well as a researcher. I published some work here and there, but nothing too major, and no one outside of my field knows my work. Yesterday, I went to a bar with a couple of friends who introduced me to one of their friends who works in the same field as me. I was pretty excited to meet him because it's rare to meet people who work in that field. He doesn't exactly do the same thing as I do. He's not a lawyer, but a legal advisor. But we work on the same topics. So naturally, we started talking about our work. At one point, we were discussing a point on which we had different opinions. So I explained mine to him, and he replied by saying that my opinion was based on nothing, while his was based on the work of a professional. You guessed it, me. He basically started explaining my work to me, but in a completely wrong way and missed all my points. I asked him if he was sure that was what the author meant, and he said that he was because it was pretty simple actually. For another good 20 minutes, he explained all of it to me in detail, like I was a first-year law student. I didn't say anything because it was pretty funny to watch him say things that were completely wrong with so much confidence. After that, the topic changed and the night went on. But at the end of the night, right before leaving, I decided to tell him that I was actually the person that wrote the work that he had quoted, and that he hadn't really understood it. He reacted very badly and got angry, and he told me that I manipulated him to humiliate him. He yelled at me for not saying it was my work at the beginning. I simply replied that he had embarrassed himself, and I left. I woke up this morning to texts from my friends saying that I was wrong for causing drama and tension, and that I could have been nicer to their friend. I'm not sure if I'm in the wrong here. I mean, yeah, I can say it right away. I'm not exactly sure. This moron made a fool of himself. I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving him 1.5 out of 5.
Die! Come!
Tickets after my girlfriend cheated with my back. I accused him of going on. With Taylor. She's been a massive Swiftie since forever, and I knew that it would mean the world to her.
You have the key.
I spent around $800.
Are you numbing their head? There's much to do. Do my eyes again deceive me? You have the keys.
For months.
You showed those eternal bastards. Use the keys to open the gate. Let's go and free my family.
I saw weeks of flirty messages and plans to meet up. When I confronted her, she tried to deny it at first, but eventually admitted they'd kissed several times and had been having an emotional affair. I was...
At last, it's open! Raise the first ones!
I couldn't stomach the thought of taking her after this betrayal.
What is this?
I decided to sell
Graves!
Given how insane the Taylor Swift
Isabel!
market is right now,
Talker! Tell them! The family of Count Lachlan of Olgam. My family! This doesn't make any sense! They're dead! Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them pay!
Rejoin your kin, lost one. I will remember you.
Under a kitchen table. He was a
I'm
terrible
carrying enough
man with
already.
an alcohol problem. One day, he fled the country and was never seen again. My mother met my stepfather, who's a great man, and raised me as his own kid. Just a few months ago, I received a formal notice from my real father telling me that my grandmother, his mother, had died. And he didn't expect me to go to the funeral as I didn't even know the lady, but decided to pass her apartment to me as he was never part of my life, so it's the least he could do. He doesn't expect me to contact him or anything. He wrote that he knows how terrible he was, and nothing can excuse that. I was excited about the fact that I could start my life way easier, and I told my family about it, and they got really mad at me, and telling me how terrible of a person he was. My mother said that he's probably using that to contact me, or even worse, use that to claim that he took care of me, so I have to take care of him when he's old. So I talked with a pro bono lawyer about it, and she told me that accepting an inheritance can't be considered paying child support, which he never did. So if I decide to accept the apartment, it doesn't oblige me to anything. My parents are still mad at me. My stepfather says I should honor my mother's wish and not accept it. While I believe that it would be stupid to say no and deny a chance to start my life a bit easier than others my age. So am I the butthole for accepting that apartment? Alright, the top comment from Aware Welcome says exactly what I was thinking. Anyone needs to accept an inheritance. It's the child of a deadbeat dad. Also, we have this interesting story from The Real Satan Music. My dad had a similar situation when the man who was his biological father died. My dad didn't want anything to do with him, even after his death, because of how terrible he had been to him, abandoning him as a child. So, my dad lost out on $1.5 million in assets. My dad's share went to the other heirs. My dad really showed him, huh? So, don't let a false sense of getting even cost you an opportunity. Yeah, OP, this is literally your birthright. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. OP, you get 0 out of 5 buttholes. I don't know if I want to give your parents a butthole score because I can definitely understand why they hold a grudge against your dad, though I do think they should support you and do what's in your best interest. It's just I think that they probably are, even though they're actually not. So, I think I'll give them 0.5 out of 5 buttholes. They need to let go of their anger and their grudge and understand it's not about them or their hatred, it's about you and what you're owed. Am I the butthole for refusing to take my girlfriend back after she cheated, just to see if she still had it? I'm a 30-year-old guy, and I've been dating my girlfriend Rachel, who's 27, for 2 years. She's always been confident and charismatic, which is one of the things that I loved about her. Our relationship seemed solid, good communication, lots of shared interests, and we were even talking about moving in together. A few weeks ago, Rachel admitted to me that she cheated on me during a night out with her friends. She hooked up with some guy that she met at a bar. I was completely blindsided. When I asked her why she did it, she said that it wasn't about me or our relationship, but because she wanted to see if she still had it. I told her that was a terrible excuse, and she started crying, saying that it was a stupid mistake and that she regretted it immediately. She begged me to forgive her, saying she learned her lesson and that it would never happen again. But I can't get over the fact that she's willing to risk our relationship for something so shallow. She didn't cheat because she was unhappy or because there was a problem between us. She cheated purely to stroke her ego and to stroke off the other dude. Now, Rachel and some of our mutual friends are calling me unforgiving, saying that everyone makes mistakes and that I am throwing away a great relationship over one bad choice. They said that I should focus on her remorse and give her another chance. I feel like staying with her would mean betraying my own boundaries, but I'm starting to wonder if I'm being too harsh. Ooh, I like this top comment from Wizard of Claws. Congrats, you still have it, but you sure as hell don't have me. The mutual friends are just as trashy as her. You'd be crazy to take her back. Yep, straight facts. OP, I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving the cheater 3 out of 5 buttholes. The trashy friends get 1.5 out of 5 buttholes. I'd love to know if they would stick around with their partner if they got cheated on. Probably not. That was r/Am I the Butthole, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day. Welcome to r/Am I the Butthole, where OP might be dating a child molester. Am I the butthole for breaking off my engagement with my fiance because of his creepy comments towards my 14-year-old sister? I'm a 21-year-old woman, and I'm in a tough situation. I'm not sure if I'm overreacting, so I need some outside perspective. I've been with my fiance, Charles, who's 35. Yo, OP is 20 and he's 35. Okay. Yo, that's almost double her age. Wow. For about 2 years. And everything seemed fine until recently. A few weeks ago, my 14-year-old sister, Amy, came to stay with us for just a few days while our parents were out of town. I started noticing some really unsettling things. First, I thought that I was imagining.
Spirits in the trees be damned. You actually entered the Red Veil and survived. Every Ogham kid knows, if you step 1 foot in there, you'll be skewered and eaten. Well, those kids that are lucky enough to have a mother, that is. I have a grand quest for you, hero. The kind that'll get you woven into legend. It's not at all a minor personal matter that you might ignore. How do I explain this? Before this dreary place, you could say I was something of a, wanderer. There's a clanless enclave known as the Fraythorn that makes its home high in the trees near the hunting grounds. They helped me out a time or two over the years. A little while back, a group of strangers arrived out of the deep woods. They made strange altars and started whispering to the others about their religion. That was when I decided to move on. See, now I got to thinking, if Count Gianor and his men are mad enough to burn the village, then maybe the clanless are in trouble too. Will you pay them a visit? I used to be mildly fond of a fair few of them. Ah, the hero. Later.
You found the ring. This will most certainly break the Count's binding. Give me a moment. I don't know how to ask this of you, but I was forced to leave behind something of great importance to me when I fled. My lute. It was carved by my mother when she first taught me to sing. It's in my family home, in the farmlands. If you happen to travel near those ways, it would mean the world to me if you could look for it. Hello. I survive, but all that I was is gone. There is scamp.
How long has it been? I was hunted. The Count, he stole something that is beyond dangerous. It will cause sickness, then madness.
We also have a dog.
It can still be contained. You must put the seed back.
This shade is more than he seems. Is that the source of Ogham's affliction?
Please, find it. I am still too weak. This will only grow worse.
So if we are to heal this land, we must find this seed. Beyond our clan graves is the hunting grounds. Cut through those to reach the village. Please, go as quickly as you can and see what you can find. I fear there's not much time.
Hmm. 20 years ago, in the wake of those tremendous events, mankind was busy with its own survival. No one was looking for me, and no one saw me. I lurked in high places and dark places, seeking to keep the seeds safe from men of ambition. In recent years, however, I found myself continually forced to move from place to place. There was always one more hunter, one more patrol, one more grove being cut down or cave being mined. There was nowhere to hide, and my path inexorably took me here, which was apparently exactly where someone wanted me to be. This was all a trap, laid over the course of years, and at colossal expense. Someone wanted the seed at any cost, which surely bodes ill for their intentions.
A new realm of power.
After her husband's betrayal, my best friend Emma passed away from cancer 2 years ago. We were like sisters. She was my maid of honor, I was hers. When she was diagnosed, I was her primary caregiver, helping her through chemo and spending every possible. Her husband, Mike, was a different story. During her treatment, I discovered that he was having an affair with a coworker, and he was too sick to take care of. After she died, I confronted Mike, telling him that he was a disgrace. He begged me to keep it from the kids, who are 9 and 6.
Vile creature! I must travel light.
Yes? Sorry, I was just... Stay safe, if you can.
Hey. Hello? Not bad. Bye then.
Frost bomb pulses with ice. Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies.
Die, scum!
Let this be a testament for all time. The Eternal Empire stakes claim over this land, both in life and death.
Our victory is never...
you! Garukan favors me.
Girl, you gotta get your life together.
How can I advise?
Yes. Sorry, I was just... Another for my collection. Thank you. Goodbye.
How can I be of aid?
Care to take a look at my...
Fall before me! I must travel light.
Sorry, I was just... It seems shadows haunt us both.
How can I advise you? Thank you.
Sorry, I was... Yes? Bye. I will treasure it. Bye.
You are nothing!
No, you stop. No, you've been selfish the whole time, dude. include that one as a nice surprise for him.
Before me. I will release you of your pain. Get back here, creature. Enough of this.
Hello. It seems shadows haunt us both.
How can I advise you? Time is short. Make haste.
Yes? Hello. Oh, I like this one. It seems shadows haunt us both. Sorry, I was just... Goodbye.
Tired of the slaughter yet?
Get back here, creature! Enough of this! You will burn! A rare treasure. Before me!
By decree of the Count of Ogham, to the scoundrels and cowards hiding among the trees of the clanless Perch, As the loyal men of Ogham lay down their lives to protect those who support them, you hide. As the women of Ogham sweat and ache, skinning beasts upon which we feed, you hide. As the children of Ogham play at war, preparing to serve the greater needs of the people, you traitors hide. I will offer clemency only once. Return to the manor immediately and serve Ogham, as is your duty, and your punishment will be deferred.
Fall before me! Creature! I have no space for that.
Yes. It seems shadows haunt us both.